Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be answering the 25 questions in the My Magical YouTube Journey tag about being a witchy, magical, pagan YouTuber. This tag was started by Starlight the Wild Witch. Let's get into it. Question 1. What is your channel name and the significance behind it? I've changed my channel name since the one I started with, but now it's Pretty Alice Knight. I chose this name because Alice Knight is my magical name, and Pretty Alice is something I've used online for a long time, so I just kind of combined the two together. Since this channel is witchcraft and magic related, I thought using my magical name would be a good idea, and that way it gives me a little bit of anonymity too. 2. What kind of content do you create on your channel? I post a mix of content, all based around witchcraft, paganism, and magic. I like to post the kind of videos I would want to see and hope others enjoy watching too. Some videos are more free-form, like tag or challenge videos, vlogs, or just discussing my thoughts on a topic. I also post more educational info-based videos where I do a bunch of research on certain topics that interest me or that I think y'all would like and share that with y'all. I enjoy doing crafting videos too and post different DIYs and Books of Shadows content. I love the Books of Shadows videos. I've also done some garden tours showing what's growing in my magical garden. 3. What inspired you to start your channel? There are a few reasons I first started making videos. One reason was that I wanted to join in the pagan and magical community on YouTube and meet new people and make like-minded friends since I don't know any witchy people in person. I also wanted to share my journey in the possibility that it might help others. 4. How long have you been on YouTube as a content creator? I originally started my channel back in 2015, but wasn't posting very regularly at first. I would post sporadically and not on any specific schedule, but just when I had something to share. Then I started trying to upload a little more often in 2016 and 2017. However, in October of 2017, my insurance suddenly decided not to pay for my medication I'd been taking for my chronic illness anymore. The medication had really been helping, and without it, my pain became really awful, so I was unable to continue doing YouTube. I tried to come back in 2019, even though I was still dealing with the chronic pain, but after posting for several months, it just became too much to handle, so I took a hiatus again. In 2021, I was finally able to get my medication back again, and in October of that year, I started uploading on a regular schedule again. Since then, I've been trying to post about once a week, although more recently, my illnesses have been getting worse again, so I did take a small break from the end of June until the beginning of September. Now I'm wanting to try to continue posting weekly videos, but because I'm still dealing with the constant pain, they may be a little more laid back. 5. What are your hobbies outside of your channel? I enjoy organic gardening and growing things I can use in cooking and in my magical practice. I also like reading, pen paling and writing letters, and many types of crafting. I'm a very creative person and love things like making soap and other bath and beauty products, making cards, designing and creating jewelry, quilting and sewing, and recently have been learning to do hand embroidery. Even though a lot of these things aren't necessarily witchy on their own, I incorporate my practice into a lot of aspects of my life, such as honoring Gaia and the earth in my organic garden, creating enchanted soaps and salves, creating protective charms, or just adding my energy into things. 6. Is there a new style of content that you want to try? One new style I'd like to try is doing grimoire with me type videos, similar to how people do journal with me videos. Also, not exactly a new style, but I do want to try to make my videos be better quality in terms of filming and editing, and maybe try another live stream since the first didn't do too well. I'd also like to try collaborating with other witchy creators because I think that could be a lot of fun. 7. How do you plan out your content? When I first come up with a video idea, I'll write it down in a list I have on my phone's notes app. This works well for me because I always have my phone with me. Usually I write just a basic title idea, and then sometimes I'll include a few notes to elaborate on the idea so I can remember later. I try to come up with topics at least a couple months in advance, so I can make the time to film and edit ahead of schedule so they are ready to upload on time. Sometimes things change or I come up with a new and better idea and the original dates I plan things on move around a bit. I keep track of when I need to film, edit, and upload videos by using my paper planner. So far, I've just been using my regular planner that I put all my other activities and appointments into. But for next year, I want to be able to keep track of everything better, so I'm thinking of having a separate planner specifically for YouTube. I've also started writing my ideas down in Google Sheets where I can keep better track of them and will be easily able to access them anywhere on any device. 8. What are your tools of the trade? For a long time, I was just using my iPhone to film, but I did finally get an actual camera last year. It's a Sony ZV-E10, and I like that it has a flip-out screen so I can easily see myself when I'm filming to make sure I got the framing right. I do need to learn how to use it better though, because right now all I really know are the very basic functions. I have a regular tripod for my camera, plus a new arm I can attach to get top-down shots. Most of my filming is done in a little lounge room of the house that has a couch and enough room to use the backdrop stand and ring lights if I need to. There's also a desk in there I can film or edit at. For editing my videos, I currently use Wondershare Filmora on my MacBook, and for thumbnails and other copyright-free images, I use Canva. Then for music, I use Epidemic Sound. 9. As a content creator, do you experience burnout? If so, what does that look like for you and how do you recover from it? Yes, I definitely experience burnout. Sometimes I feel like I have so many ideas that I can't execute them as well as I'd like. As I've mentioned, I have several chronic illnesses and deal with chronic pain and fatigue, so sometimes I just don't feel well enough to do all the steps it takes to make a video. There is so much that goes into it, especially if it's a more informative video that requires me to do a bunch of research and scripting. I try to work a bit at a time so I don't end up having to spend several full days working on YouTube stuff, but that still happens sometimes anyway. 10. Which video are you most proud of and why? I would have to say I am proud of my Elements videos I made a mini-series of, and I put a lot of effort into those. I also really like the short I made recently about the August blue supermoon. I've been trying to get better at editing and think that came out nice. 11. Who inspires you within the magical pagan YouTube community? Cuillin, the lady grave dancer, was a big inspiration at first. There used to be a lot of people who made videos in the pagan witchy niche back when I first started who were very inspirational, but they don't make videos anymore. Some current people would be Ivy the occultist. She dives into a lot of topics, including more intermediate and advanced ones. Alwyn Oak. She has very aesthetic videos with great info. Hearth Witch has very interesting, informative videos, lives, and witch reacts type videos. And Magical Crafting, who has very visually appealing and well-made videos showing a range of fun witchy crafts. 12. Are there any channels that you would recommend? All of the ones I've mentioned so far, as well as Leanne's Witchy Room. She has a great personality, is very authentic, and I love her fashion style. The Witch of Wonderlust. She posts unique topics and enjoyable videos. Bex at The Witch's Cookery. She has aesthetically pleasing videos with a mix of informative, cooking, and deco DIYs. And Echo the Saving Sorceress. She's very enthusiastic and fun with great energy. 13. Do you believe there are misconceptions about being a magical pagan YouTuber? Yes, for sure. I think there definitely are. I think there is this idea about YouTube in general that it's super easy and you can make a bunch of money and have it become your main source of income. I think that's not very realistic, especially these days when there is so much competition, and specifically within this smaller niche of paganism and witchcraft, it's just a lot harder. I also think there is almost this sort of expectation that you have to be super knowledgeable about everything and be more experienced and advanced in your practice to be able to share. I think that if you're trying to teach people things, then of course it's better to be well versed in the topic, but I think it's perfectly fine to be new and share your journey as long as you're clear that's what you're doing and aren't portraying yourself as more experienced and knowledgeable than you actually are. Another thing is that it sometimes seems like people expect you to be very aesthetic all the time and have a beautiful witchy room, scenic spaces, flawless editing, and all this stuff, and that's just not something I have. 14. What do you like and not like about being a YouTuber? I like the community aspect and getting to talk to people within the witchy community and making connections. I like it when people leave comments on my videos and I can see they are enjoying my content and getting something out of it. I think tags and challenge videos like this are a lot of fun because you can see different people's views on the same topics. I really enjoy making the kind of videos I would have liked to have seen when I was first starting out and that I hope people find helpful on their journeys. The things I dislike the most is the pressure to have to upload videos regularly and have videos do really well or else the algorithm works against you. I hate that when I'm not feeling well physically or just need a mental health day that I feel like I can't take a break from YouTube without being punished by the algorithm and losing any of the small momentum I've made. 15. What are some of the challenges and struggles you face creating on this platform and how do you overcome them? One of the biggest struggles is time and finding the time to do everything that comes with creating videos. I wish I was able to put out 2 videos a week, but honestly, I struggle even just getting up 1 a week because it takes so much time. Another struggle I have is coming up with ideas that I think will perform well and people will enjoy. It's not that I can't come up with ideas, but more that my ideas don't seem to end up being things people are super interested in. Or maybe it's just that I'm not good at executing them as well as I'd like to, and that's the problem. I'm honestly not really sure. 16. What is your opinion of monetization, paywalls, or other exclusive content? I don't really see an issue with it overall. I think monetization is great, and if you can be paid for all the effort that you put into your content, then that makes sense to me. I think if Patreon or similar things work well for you, then that's great too. I know for a lot of YouTubers, especially in smaller niches like the witchcraft one, you don't get paid a whole lot from YouTube monetization. So Patreon and similar services can really help people out to make enough money to be able to continue working on their content. I totally get that, I really do. But I think it's best used in addition to YouTube, and not when you're basically just using YouTube to promote the Patreon. 17. Do you have any boundaries on this platform? Why or why not? Yes, for sure. I don't share my personal information on here for safety purposes, like my real name or where I live. I also don't tolerate hate or bigotry on my channel. Luckily, I haven't had to deal with much of that since I'm a smaller channel, but I will certainly block people who are harassing me or anyone else in the comments. 18. Do you have any current goals for your channel? I want to get back to uploading on a regular schedule, work on continuing to make my content better and better with time, getting more views and watch hours, and I'd love to get monetized. My goal isn't to go viral or become super famous on here or anything like that, but it would be nice to be able to make a little extra money and get reimbursed for all the work I do. I'd also like to do some live videos and maybe even seeing about doing some collab videos with other witchy creators. 19. What are some of the mistakes you've made and how did you fix them? I've made plenty of mistakes over the years. Some are mistakes that I can't really go back and fix, but that I can work on changing and doing better moving forward. For example, for a long time I wasn't uploading with any sort of regularity or on a schedule, but I'm trying to do better with that now. Also, at first, I didn't know all the rules, like with copyright, for example. So I had some videos where I used music or images that I didn't know I wasn't supposed to, so I ended up having to delete those. Now I know not to use copyrighted stuff and to always give credit in the video descriptions. I've made plenty of editing mistakes too, like in one video someone pointed out that the sound only came out of one side of their headphones, and I don't know why that happened, so I didn't really know how to fix it. But I do the best I can to make my videos better and better with time. 20. What are some of the ways your channel has grown since your first video? When I first started, I was scared to show my face, so I didn't for a while, because I didn't want people in my life to find my channel, since I'm still sort of in the broom closet. I've come a long way in terms of confidence on camera since then, though. I still feel awkward and have trouble sitting still sometimes, but I'm better than I used to be at it. I also feel like in general, I've just grown up a lot more and feel more comfortable with myself and knowing what I'm doing and sticking up for myself. My subscriber count has grown a lot since I first started too, and I'm very thankful to everyone who has subscribed and who watches my videos. Y'all are the best, especially my regular viewers who leave me comments. I really appreciate all of you. 21. Have you ever wanted to quit making videos? Why or why not? There have been times where I felt like quitting, and there have been times where I've had to take a break due to my health. Sometimes I feel like keeping up with making videos is just too much work for very little reward, and at times I felt very discouraged and like it just wasn't worth it. Overall, I'm glad I've stuck with it though. In 2024, I'm hoping to be able to plan out my content more in advance so I can have things more in control. I'd like to be able to have several videos filmed ahead of time, so if I ever get a week or two where I feel awful and I can't film, then I'm not missing uploading for those weeks because I already have stuff ready to go. 22. What do you wish you knew before starting your YouTube channel journey? I wish I knew more about editing and SEO. Those are things I'm still learning and figuring out. SEO is so confusing to me, to be honest. I also wish I had reached out to more people and talked to more Witchy creators to build more of a community. There was a time where I was in contact with several people, but over time they just kind of stopped responding and talking to me. 23. Do you post on any other platforms? If so, what are they? YouTube is my main platform, but I do have a TikTok and an Instagram too. They're both under the same name as my YouTube channel, Pretty Alice Knight. Those aren't my focus right now though, so I'm not always great at remembering to post there. Honestly, I rarely watch videos on TikTok because I prefer longer videos to shorter ones, so I often forget it even exists to be able to post there. 24. Do you have any advice for those wishing to create a channel? If you want to do it, then just go for it. Don't worry about being perfect or having the best equipment. Just use whatever you have and do your best to get better as you go along. I also suggest thinking about what you're wanting to get out of your channel. You need to consider if it's going to be something you enjoy doing enough to keep doing it year after year, even if you aren't getting a ton of traffic to your videos. Pick a niche that you'll enjoy making videos for a long time, and not something just because you think it's popular or it will be easy to get monetized in. 25. Who do you tag in this video? I tag Leanne's Witchy Room, Echo the Saving Sorceress, Ivy the Occultist, and anyone else who wants to participate. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd really appreciate it if you'd like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let me know if you did this tag video too, and I'll check it out. See you next time. Bye.